got the touch. You got the power.
What's up, you beautiful collectors and action figure fans? It's the one and only Optibotimus coming with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the support of my patrons, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Prime Wars Trilogy Special Edition Deluxe Class Repugnus and Dastard. Another figure that is kind of an exclusive. I believe right now it's exclusively available through Amazon. But much like that Blast-Off figure, you get this really nice box style package with some really cool art here. See Repugnus attacking some guys there. Him kind of lunging forward with the other monster bots there in the background. Come around to the back. You can see that Repugnus does come with the Titan Master Dastard, which if Blast-Off was kind of a celebration of the Combiner Wars, Repugnus here kind of celebrates the Titan Master aspect. But also what makes this special is that it comes with an exclusive Solus Prime, which much like Megatronus with Blast-Off has a slightly different back section. It's done up in a translucent plastic. And then it says here, with the Decepticons rising, the Autobots power up with Titan Master partners to stop them. Dastard gives Repugnus the ability to erase memories and wipe evidence of their missions from existence. Then you come around to the front and then it opens up. You got a nice open window that fully showcases the figure, the accessories, and then obviously Solus Prime. And it says, many will unite, one will rule. To control the ancient race of warriors the size of cities, the Titans, the Autobots and Decepticons harness the power of Titan Masters. Smaller bots that give bigger bots increased abilities in battle. So again, this is a celebration of the Prime Wars trilogy, and this is the latest figure. So for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have Repugnus opened up out of its packaging and in his, I don't even know what kind of monster insect thing he is. He's a weirdo. That's just what we're going to go with. Now, starting off first with Dastard. Now, we did get a Titans Return version of Repugnus with a little teeny tiny version of him, and then it came with, the Titan Master. This is a little bit different. Color-wise, it's very similar, but I do like what they did with it. Some really nice added color detail in the entire figure. You can see that the arms have a nice kind of color on the inside, whereas the outside has the yellow. The main body has this kind of brownish color, good paint on the head all the way around. But where this gets really different from that, the other Repugnus, is when you transform this guy, what you basically have is a G1 toy representation of Repugnus. Whereas that other Repugnus with the little tiny version of that dude came with a more cartoon accurate representation of the head. So if you have that other one, unfortunately I never got it, so I can't really show it to you. But if you wanted a more cartoon representation of Repugnus, you could use that head. Or if you want to go with the toy version, you can go with this head. I think that's kind of a cool kind of option for you guys. So obviously you still need to use this as a head form. Now for the storage, I mean, this is kind of, this is really tough to get into. Not an over big fan of how difficult this is, but let's see, just wedge that in there like that, and then you can fold this whole section down like so, and you can take him, you can have him in a seating kind of pose, and you can tuck him up underneath and put him in there if you really want to. Really cool, but that, it is what it is in terms of storage form. So you do have Dastard, and I'm gonna leave him in head mode, so there you have that. Now for the exclusive figure here, this is again a little bit different than what we got before. Coming in to take a closer look. Here is the new Solus Prime compared to the old Solus Prime, and taking a real close look, it looks like the body is basically the same. The only thing that has been done differently now is it's been primarily molded in this translucent blue plastic. You can really see that in the back section, which looks really good, but then when you lift these arms, they're really kind of tight. You can see that the blue is on there as well. I would imagine the head is taken, actually you can kind of see that there is some bleeding through the neck area of the head. So predominantly the colors that were purple on the old one had been remolded into this blue translucent bit and then painted. I actually like this. This color obviously was meant to go along with her decoy armor being Octopunch, and you can see that the color matches very well with that. But this is a little bit more along with what I would kind of expect, and I really like that translucent section. It's basically the same. I personally just think it looks better here with the new one, and if you really wanted to, you can still rotate that around, and hey, you can come around here and put that as a head. Why would you do that? I don't know why you would do that. I would probably say, though, that could potentially rub the paint on there, so don't do that. So setting that off to the side. Well, so now we have another version of a previously released Titan Master that has been kind of updated to give a little cooler of a look and not so much in line with the colors of the decoy armor. So you do have that. Now, taking a look at Repugnus, you can see I lifted things up. Again, I don't know what kind of bug this is supposed to be. It kind of looks like a cross between like a praying mantis and I don't know, something with pinchers and all that kind of stuff. This is a remold of Twinferno, which I have no idea where that is anymore because I was never a really big Monsterbot fan, and I'm still not. This is actually going to be given away to one of my patrons, so look forward to that, guys. It was your support that allowed me to buy this, so I will be giving it to one of you. It's not bad. I just don't have any attachment really to the character, so I'm in general very happy with how it turned out. Just don't really mind it enough to keep it in my collection. You can see that you can have these little weapons here to the back. They just tab on fairly securely to little tabs right here in the back, and just set that there. I like that they did this really kind of neon green color. That looks really very cool. You can have him hold it as swords, but then you have these big giant bits here in the middle which kind of make it look a little bit ugly. You can also connect this, and he can use that as a kind of a double-bladed weapon. You can also use this as a bit of a vehicle for like a Solus Prime or Dastard right there. So you got little peg holes right down there. You can just put that in there, and you can, I don't know, you can do that if you really wanted to. But setting that there, for articulation in beast mode, the head is locked into place. I do like the fact that they actually articulated the mouth. You can see that, well, if I can get it to work, there we go, there we go. That was a little bit too pegged in there. You can see that the mouth can actually move up and down a little bit. These arms really don't move up and down here. I mean, you kind of get it to move up and down just as part of the transformation, so I guess you could kind of say there's a bit of a shoulder right there. It does kind of hinge inward up there as well. You got a ball joint down here, but then it also kind of moves, so you can get some posability with it. Not a lot, but some little bits. I guess you could kind of say these little claws are articulating it. Again, as part of the transformation, these legs do swivel, and then you've got a knee and then a little foot. So some articulation in the guy. Now for transformation, first we're going to tuck these little bits away just like so. And then you can angle this up, and this whole bit here is going to collapse in. Now, well, let's fiddle with these legs first. Take these, tuck these up, collapse those in, and then fold these around like that and like that, and then just take this whole section, spin that around like so, and then these will collapse up here. Make sure that these feet stay all the way back. Collapse that down. So again, then rotate this up, and they just kind of sit there along the back section. They don't really tab in that I can see, which is a little unfortunate because well, they kind of do. I'm sorry, they kind of lock in down here. So just give that a nice little push, and that will lock that into place just like so. Come around here to these arms, extend these out from the body, take this whole head section, detach this, and then this will accordion down, and then you have little rectangular slots on the back that these little clear green bits here, which I do like. You got like that eye thing going, which kind of matches with this. That's kind of cool. Fold that down, lock that into place, rotate this, hinge that down, and then come around here and fold out his fist. There we go. These little bits right here, you want to bring all this down and in, and I totally neglected to pay attention to how to transform this. There we go. Just accordion all that in, accordion that down and in, and then you just rotate that, tuck that in. There we go. Fairly easy. And then fold the little fist out. Come on, little fist. There we go. That, rotate that, hinge that down, rotate that all the way around, and then you bring in Dastard or Solus if you want to, and you peg that in there, and when you're done, there you have Repugnus in his robot mode. Well, yeah, I have no real attachment to this character. The toy is really quite nice. I mean, as I said, he is a remold of that Twin Twist figure, but it's a really nice looking remold. Taking this, I just want to have fun with this because I said I wasn't going to do it, and I don't think you should do it, but hey, let's see. Can I get that in there good? Yeah. Look at me. I'm Solus Prime. I'm running around with that. I don't know. That's... yeah, you do want to be careful. Although, looking at this here, I don't see any paint rubs, so that's actually pretty impressive. Now, taking a look at the closer detail, like I said, this is designed to replicate how that original G1 toy looked. The cartoon, he had bigger eyes. I do like that they do have the green paint in there as well, but that cartoon had much bigger eyes and looked pretty much like a pair of sunglasses, I guess. So I guess it's personal preference on what you want it to look like. I do believe that Repugnus figure is still in store, so you could probably find that if you get this guy and want to, have that kind of cartoon look. But overall, really nice. The chest looks really good. You can see that his weapon here can actually store a couple different ways. You got some tabs on here that can lock in on the underside there, give that a nice little push. It's a little bit tricky to do, honestly, but let's see. You just tab that underneath there, and then you bring that whole thing together, and you can kind of collapse it around his arm, or hey, like I said, you can have him hold them as swords, which I really like the way that looks. That just ends up looking really ugly, so you could do that. Or if you really wanted to, you can come around here to the back, and you have little alternating posts on the back of them that you can take and... here we go. Tab that over on this side here. There you go. Come on, maybe get that in. There we go. And we can do that with this side as well, using this middle section to tab that in like that. You could do that if you really wanted to, and that kind of looks pretty cool. You got the nice little pincher thing kind of going around there. Overall, like, really nice paint. You can see you got two different tones here. You got a molded yellow bit here, and then the middle section here is painted yellow. And then from the waist down, it is basically the exact same figure as that Twinferno, whatever his name is, figure down there. But really nice detail. Now, for his articulation, the head just basically swivels. You get a little bit of a side to side, but really not much. The shoulders here are on swivel, so you can swivel that all the way around. You got a nice hinge going in and out. The elbows move forward and back. I don't know why you would want to do that, and I guess you could kind of say the wrists move in and out just as part of the transformation. Nothing at the waist. The hips do have those pin hinge joints, so you can swivel that forward and back and then hinge that in and out, and then you got a nice really tight swivel at the thigh. I feel like all the paint really thickens that up and makes that tough to really rotate, so just be careful when you're doing it. And then you got a nice hinge for the knee. You got a rotation at the ankle. I guess that's really about it, but overall, I mean, solid looking toy, and I'm just gonna have some more fun with some of these guys. And let's put Flintlock, or what was his name? I don't remember. That is ugly. I'm just having fun. Come on, everybody, let's have fun. But a really solid looking figure, and deluxe size minus his head. So the sizing here works really good. Let's bring in, this is the only other deluxe size figure I have laying here because I've replaced Blast Off, so now this Blast Off kind of hangs out there. So you can see that the size is fairly consistent, obviously, because he uses that same mold. Now to transform him back, we're going to tuck these fists up and around. If you haven't popped that off on accident, go ahead and remove that, kind of set that off to the side, pull his head off, and then you can take this section, detach this, and swivel this around, locking that down like so. Then you take these arms here, these all kind of rotate and hinge. Which way to go? Yeah, rotate that around, and then spin this around here. There you go, and like lock that in there. So you got a little slot section here that this will tab into. So just bring that around, give that a little push, locking that into place. So again, do that on this side, rotate that around, and then lock that in. So you want the fists pointing up like so. This section here, you can open this, rotate that around, and then fold out his little claws, and then take this whole section and angle that down just a little like so. These little feet here, we're going to spin these all the way around, and then this section here, this is going to detach. Let's see. Now, where's the little thing? Yeah, pull that out. Why is that not? Oh, did that lock in? Oh, that, I guess maybe there is another little locking port right up. Oh yeah, like in the very front, it does lock in there. So rotate that out like so. I didn't even notice that. This one doesn't really seem to do it very well. That locks in. That front one here doesn't lock in very good. It just mostly secures right there. So swivel that out like that, and then bring these two together, squeeze that, and kind of get this. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Rotate this around like so, and then collapse these in, straighten these out, bring that in. And these just kind of sit there. I mean, obviously when you have it like this, it can hinge out like that. That's a little bit ugly. It's not too bad, but I do wish that actually kind of locked into something. Swivel that, and then you just kind of play with him to get his legs looking kind of cool. And when you're done, there you have Repugnus back in his thing mode. What a fun toy. It really is. I mean, like I said, I don't really have any attachment whatsoever to the character, but I think that the toy has come across really nicely. It's definitely one of those ones that if you are interested in the Monster Bot kind of subgroup, this is one that you're going to want to get. It just fits with those other ones. And while, yeah, it's a niche kind of character and group, I'm still glad that they released it. Now, it is an exclusive, so I really think that that is the smartest way to bring this figure out, because at a regular retail store, I don't think that this guy's going to get a lot of attention. I mean, he might. He's a weird looking alien sort of bug. Kids might like that, but I think for the most part, they're going to not have much of an interest in this and probably wouldn't pick it up. By putting them as a exclusive, it makes them available to the people that really do want them. And I think that's a good idea. So like I said, right now I think he's only available as an Amazon exclusive. I'm not sure if places such as Big Bad Toy Store are going to get him. And I think actually right now he's listed as unavailable on Amazon. I do know that some people have ordered them and that their expected ship date has been kind of pushed off. So it sounds like they'll probably get more. It'll just take a little bit. But to make things easy for you guys, I'll put a link down in the video description where you can go to Amazon and you can check out availability on this guy as well as the rest of their new Prime War Trilogy Special Edition figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate your support by letting me know simply by hitting that thumbs up button. It actually does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. Also, if you're new here, welcome. And before you go, make sure you subscribe in case you haven't already subscribed. That way you'll get instant email notifications whenever I upload a new video, and you'll never miss out on a future review of mine. Or hey, if you're already subscribed, now more than ever, it's important to make sure that you're getting those email notifications. We all know just how unreliable that YouTube subscription box is, and the best way to help support my channel is to click on that little bell right below this video and double check your settings to make sure that they're set so that you get those email notifications. Also, it's a really good way to stay up to date with a lot of really cool features that YouTube is going to be rolling out here in the near future. So make sure you get those bell notifications. And a very special thanks to you if you made it all the way to the end of this review. Another way that you can really help support my channel is making sure that you watch a video all the way through. And if you did that, thank you. And as I said in the beginning, a huge shout out to all of my patrons, who through their continued support help to make reviews like this possible. And finally, remember, the real trouble with the world is too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.
You're at your best when the girl